This is Pitch to Pod with Nikita, the penalty bluffer, Parris, and Jordan. Top bins, always top bins, Nobbs. Right, hard launching next. I was looking at the podcasts that all dropped after the weekend, and every title was Dream Debut, Dream Debut, Dream Debut. So I'm not going to call it Dream Debuts. I'm going to talk hard launches. There were some absolutely phenomenal hard launches this opening weekend. Who would you both like to pick out? Because they happened in WSL, they happened in WSL2. I mean, aside from clearly your team, Nikita, in the first goal for Kosso, but what's it like? What was the weekend like? Who do you want to pick out?
I think I have to stick to my game and definitely say Olivia Smith. I think for such a young player and one in which, she came for a lot of money at Arsenal, a very good team in Arsenal, and to go in, have a little bit of pressure of will she start, will she not, will she come on, will she not, and then ultimately announce herself with an absolute worldie of the goal. And let's be real, no matter what keeper was in that net, and I'm talking men, women, boy, girl, no matter who you are, maybe if you that net, nobody's stopping that goal. The the power and the accuracy how she hit that ball, it was something special. And I can and imagine a goal like that really settles the nerves. And then she grew into the game afterwards. She had a really good, 60 minutes that she played, and she can only get better. She's so young, so talented, as you can see. And I think, I'm really looking forward to see how she progresses, just not against us again. Thank you.
Actually, that's it. Jordan, I want to ask yours, but what was it like, Nikita, seeing that in the flesh, as it were, that goal?
I was literally right behind that shot. Honestly, I was thinking, Maria, get tighter. This is the midfield, get tighter. But, sometimes she just took a touch to the side and just hit the ball. And I was thinking, when somewhat you think you've just hit that way too clean, and then you just see the ball traveling and you just think, is it going to hit the bar? Is it going to hit the corner of the post? No, it's going to go top bins. And you just like, sometimes you have to say, great finish. Sometimes you just cannot, like, as much as you don't want to concede the goal, sometimes, like, it's the inevitable. Like, the way she's hit the ball, the quality, the accuracy, and the way it's positioned. Like I said, no one's getting there, and it was a great goal.
You know what else was good about that is, like, how central she was. Like, for a young player to, like, have a bit of freedom and move around the pitch. Yeah, that was a top finish. When she hit Keita, I was like, "Oh, yeah, it was going straight in." Keita didn't even move, like, you can't, can you? There's just no moving for it.
Yeah, it was a brilliant finish, to be fair.
Jordan, you can't have that one then, although we've all seen Jordan score plenty like that. Who made the big impression for you this weekend?
I wanted to say Ellie Carpenter, and then I'm like, should I give a shout to, like, other teams? But watching that game and having someone like Lucy not in the squad, playing a top team, like Man City, her engine getting up and down the pitch, I mean, it's just, like, ridiculous. And I think to go into a new team like that and just fit in so well, create chances, um, yeah, I thought she was top player, for Chelsea the other night. She looked like there's no winger that wants to track her all the way back to that box. But yeah, I thought she had a really good game. Yeah, I'd probably give her a shout out.
I kept saying to Rachel Corsie and Izzy Christensen, who we were doing it on Sky on Friday night, like, what are they doing to stop her? And I know, like, some of it's been put at Alex Greenwood's feet, but what position to play her in and stuff. But I just think you get sometimes those games where everything just clicks, right? The space just kept opening up in front of her. All her crosses, everything just seemed so precise. And time will tell whether we get that consistency. I kind of feel we will get that consistency through the season with her. But for both of you, does this sort of shift what you think about Chelsea now this season and how well they'll do?
No, I think Chelsea always come up with a great squad and are consistent in the winning mentality that they do have. But one thing I think she definitely does give them is just another option. Like, it's crazy to think that everyone talks about Lucy Bronze and leadership, but her physical capacity in recent times to be able to get up and down the pitch and how she literally does a job and a half, and Ellie does the same. So if you haven't got Lucy, well, it doesn't matter because now they can bring in Ellie Carpenter, and the fact that her engine, her speed, honestly, like, it's incredible to be able to
Has
consist.
Ellie Carpenter not played on the left as well, Keats?
I'm not sure.
Has Ellie Carpenter played on the left as well? Like, could you know what I mean? Could you have a Lucy Bronze at Ellie Carpenter? I'm sure she might have played on the left for a national team sometimes. Or maybe Leon at the time. She's played on that side as well. So that's also a powerhouse if
Don't give them
you ended up
ideas,
with both of them on the
Jordan.
pitch. Just saying.
Jordan, there's plenty to think about from that opening weekend, and when we look ahead to this weekend coming in just a bit too. But a quick touch. I know we talked about Newcastle. Molly Pike scored on her Newcastle debut in WSL 2 as well. How as a team, the moments like that? Oh, I just mentioned debut. Sorry, on her hard launch, the weekend. Damn it! How does that like make stuff in the team switch perhaps and give you that extra lift when you see players on their moment in the sun? Take that.
Yeah, it's so good. And I think Molly Pike scored 12 goals maybe last season. So like it shows that, she's got that in her. And I think whenever you start a game and you get a goal again, because she's playing like in the like deeper 10 role as well the other day. So yeah, it's a huge boost, I think, for everyone. It's little percentages, isn't it?
It's gonna happen for you this weekend. I feel it. What were your best debuts?
Mine was probably my England senior one, to be fair. I scored in like the 8th minute, so
Should we go home now,
Yes.
Nikita? Should we just go home now?
that was a good one.
Yeah, I would say my full England debut too, actually. Against Serbia. I scored 2 goals away to Serbia. So I would
For
definitely.
God's sake, Pete.
Yeah, I can remember that. I actually have a photo of the celebration and I was just like this. I I remember in my head thinking, wow, this is crazy. Like, I always say, like, that time you put on an England shirt, like, it's mad. Like, you think to yourself, for how long you waited for that moment. I think that's one of my most precious moments in football. No matter what I win and what I've gone on to win, that moment, it was like, I've worked so hard for. Yeah, it was unreal, to be fair.
Yeah, it was very much the same for me when I debuted for Marbleigh under-11 cricket team, and they put me in as the last batter and made sure the game was won before I was due to walk out to the crease. So yeah, just like that. This is Pitch to Pod. You can, of course, get in touch with us. Use the hashtag Pitch to Pod. Anything you want to ask of these two, you are more than welcome to. Right, final topic this week. A bit like vintage Megan Campbell, we're throwing it forward. Nikita, London City's first ever WSL home game this weekend. Wow. And against another of your former clubs, Manchester United. Talk me through it.
Just another one. Yeah, I think ultimately really excited, to be at the Copperjack Stadium and to, get that first home WSL match underway. And as for us as a team, we're really excited for the game. We know the positives that we need to take forward, the things we need to improve. And the last 2 training sessions we've had have been great. And you know what I love most? Just honesty. Like, when we're reviewing the game, it's like, no, I can do better in that area. No, can you help me in this area? And that's so refreshing in a team when people are just open and honest and they know where they need to improve. We know where we need to improve as a team and how we can help the next person. And I think that's really helped us, like, obviously in football, it's like next game mentality. You can't think about the past because that's already gone. You can only change the future, which is coming. So you have to be ready for that. And I think as a team, we're preparing well for Manchester United and bring them on.
I could not do that. Do you watch the whole game back together?
Depends. Not every game, but yeah, I would watch quite a lot back. It's just to kind of sometimes just see it looks different when you watch it back. Always looks different. Spaces look bigger. Um, you realize how much like time you might have had on the ball. But Keats, remember back in the day, like at England youth, oh my God, we would play a game, right? No joke. I think we'd be like eating some Jaffa cakes, literally getting on the bus, and we'd go in straight into a meeting and watch the game back, Keats. Do you not remember writing notes down? Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it was insane looking back now. Like, it was maybe half an hour after we played a game, we'd watch it back. It was mad.
I guess it's done then, isn't it? Like it's the sticky plaster and you've done it and then you can move on. But I also think you just need some time just to go, that happened.
Yeah, I can agree with that in terms of like you do want to think it's in the past, but ultimately you've got to continue to keep learning and keep challenging yourself. So if you don't watch something back and you don't, and it's sometimes it's not a nice watch. Sometimes you think, oh, why did I do that? Or, oh, that could have been better. But ultimately, you do that in order to be better for the next one. Because if you keep making the same mistakes, then it's like, are you ever going to learn?
All right, off the back of the opening weekend then for some of the other teams, Everton look against Liverpool, particularly like the comments from Brian Sorensen when he was just so deadpan about how bad he thought they'd been and then how they shifted it around was ever so funny. But any of the teams, Brighton, I mean, you said you were really looking forward to seeing them play as well. They've got another tough one this weekend. Any of the teams that, Jordan, you first off, you looked at and thought, oh, I was surprised by that result and how well you think they'll do this weekend?
To be fair, I did think Everton would beat Liverpool. I think they've had a tough pre-season, and we all know that the WSL is hard. If you're going into like the first game of the season and you've not won a lot of games, then yeah, that was. But 4-1 is quite a heavy scoreline in that. So yeah, good from Everton, but yeah, Liverpool probably a bit of work to do. And then you look at Brighton and Aston Villa. I think a bit like what Keith said, Brighton have got signings that are kind of going under the radar, and then I think Villa have a very strong squad and a big squad actually as well this season. So it's kind of a draw seems kind of fair, really. With the players they've got and everything like that. I think maybe would have tipped Villa on it.